I just ran a half marathon. Hello and welcome back to my marathon training vlogs. It is a little over halfway through the 16 weeks of training and I am going to go for a 13.1 mile run. So today I will be attempting my first half marathon. Last week was a bit of a struggle. Like I said, it's a little bit over halfway. So last week was when it was supposed to be the half marathon and I went out with full intention to do it. I filmed this segment of the video of before the run and then it ended up being about 81 degrees for the first 5 miles and then it torrential rain downpoured for the second 5 miles, and after about 10.5 miles I just didn't feel like I was in the headspace to complete the 13. The most mileage I've done so far has been 12 miles, so I know I can get there, but something just didn't feel right about that run between the weather and then how I was feeling. I just really felt like, truthfully, I was going to pass out, so I felt like I had to listen to my body and call it then. Of course, I was disappointed in that moment because naturally I wanted the half marathon to happen halfway through, but what that taught me is that, there are going to be, I don't even want to use the word failures, but there are going to be attempts that are not always successful, but it's a learning curve. It makes this attempt going to be that much more worth it when I can get through this one. If I do, we'll see. And just like learning that not everything happens on the first try. There's trial and error in anything you do in life. When you're learning a new skill, there are going to be times that it's not going to show up perfectly. And that last week was an example of that. Today, I'm about to leave. I'm actually in Martha's Vineyard. I have my Martha's Vineyard vlog if you want to check that out. But today, this video is all about my half marathon and I'm really excited to run and explore this new place. I think that will be really good energy for me to not be seeing the same roads and the same streets as I have been seeing during this training. So I'm about to leave and I will check in with you after my run. Alright, just hit 4 miles. Look at this view. I'm so obsessed right now. Oh, I'm feeling really good. The wind is definitely helping with the heat. This view is insane. 4 miles in. 7 miles in. We are more than halfway there. 9 miles. 13.1 miles. I just ran a half marathon. 13.1 miles and a 9.38 split pace. I'm so emotional. As I said last week, at 10.5 miles when I went out to run this half marathon, it just did not feel right to me. And in that moment, I couldn't see why I felt like I couldn't do it. And then today I went on this run. I ran a split pace that I'm extremely happy with. I had the most incredible views of the ocean and people parasailing and just like so many bikers and runners that I said hi to, and I didn't stop one time, and that made not having this be my moment last week so much worth it, because this is incredible. I couldn't believe when I kept saying my split pace was under 10 minutes. I started off slower, but then after that, when I was just in autopilot, like running, it just felt natural, it felt normal. I just felt really good. I felt really strong. I felt like I was in a really great headspace during it. I was watching a few other marathon training, or I was watching a few half marathon videos on YouTube, and Lucy Davis had talked about her half marathon. She talked about this concept of being a hybrid athlete and having great strength and great endurance, and I like to weight train. I love lifting, like that is my main go-to. I find that so enjoyable, and running is a new skill for me. Distance running is very new to me. So that really resonated with me when she spoke about being a hybrid athlete and kind of training this way to go on these long runs and build up your endurance, and then also have strength training sessions, and just having this overall really great mentality about training and really pushing yourself and trying to go to that place. You know, throughout my first few marathon training vlogs, I talked about breathing and finding comfort and discomfort and focusing on your breath. And all those things came into play today, you know, moments of discomfort, pushing past it, focusing on my breath, getting into that headspace, and just really embracing this challenge. You know, you have to have a certain mindset, and it's not always going to be there. Like I said last week, I wasn't in that headspace, and this week it just really felt great. So I'm going to stretch now, 13.1 miles around Martha's Vineyard. I was literally so emotional when I finished the run. I broke down crying just because it was such an overwhelming feeling. I was literally walking down the side of the road after like sprinting those last few seconds, and then just like burst out into tears. I remember the first week of this when 6 miles was a challenge, and to just see that growth over these past few weeks just makes me really excited to see what else will happen in these next coming weeks. Thank you so much for watching my half marathon video. Please be sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more fitness content. You can do anything that you put your mind to. I will see you next time.